Hello, it's Trena at Almost 80, and today I'm going to show you some products and things that I do to make scratches, chips disappear from furniture, to take adhesive off of things that you buy every day and you can't get it off, and then some ideas about just making your household chores easier. First thing I do is cleaning cloths. I use old towels, washcloths that aren't really clean enough to really put out, use as intended. I put a little X to mark them so that everybody knows this is a cleaning cloth, not something that you would wash or dry your body with. So that's the first thing I do. I make my own cleaning cloths and I label them as such. So it makes it super easy for anybody else that ever has to come and find a cleaning cloth at my house. It's cloths that have an X on them. All right, so that's my first little hint for you today. And then, secondly, I save jars. Jax thinks this is nuts, but they come in so handy. Doesn't make any difference what it is. This was an orange marmalade jar. Now it's a jar that contains and holds my brushes. And another thing I do is if I have a small chip or something to repair, whatever old brushes I have that maybe I don't want to use, they were originally intended for makeup, but they've kind of seen their day. Save these. Don't go out and buy a big paint can to repair a small item that needs to be repainted. Buy this size of latex, either matte or shiny, that size, and then these tiny little eyebrow and eye pencil brushes. That works much better than a big paintbrush. And the little jar, once again, save them. You never know what they're going to be used for. In this case, my tiny little paintbrushes. Okay, so now those are two hints. Third hint I'm going to give you is when you have something that you're going to be using as a cleaning product. For instance, I use Old English scratch cover. You can get it for light or dark wood. It's kind of oily and it has a coloration in it, so it blends right into the wood grain surface. So that's one product I use. And this works just about the same. Restore Finish. It's basically, though, for bigger pieces of furniture. For instance, if I wanted to completely restore, say, a table or chest, I'd use that because it's going to go further. But for my purposes today, I have just a small little box that the wood has gotten terribly scratched. Whenever I get upset with Jack, I usually rely on Kermit. And he's Johnny on the spot, always makes me feel good.
Always here.
Yep. Where'd Jack go?
Jack gone.
He's out of here. All right, well, this is the other thing I do. If I'm going to use something that's oily, like furniture polish, I like to use gloves. Just because I don't like the feel of it on my hands. And also, it's dark color. So now here I go. I'm going to take my Restore Finish. It doesn't make any difference on it. I could use this or my Old English. Now, Kermit or Jack, who can get in really super close and see all those scratches? Turning it this way, is that something? Okay, now watch what happens when I put this. Look at that, it's like magic. Okay, I've got some more back here. Some at the front. Do you see what's happening? So easy. Okay, that's one thing down. Easy as pie. Oh, actually, making pie is not that easy. If anyone's ever tried to make a pie crust, they know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to rub this a little bit more just to make sure it gets really in the wood. Wow, that's great. Now, I don't care if you are renting a room, you own your own house, you're living in an apartment, wherever you find yourself living, you got to do household chores. It may not be the sexiest thing, but you know what? It's handy to know how to do them in the best way possible. What products to use, how to use them. And little tricks, just like, putting the cleaning cloth, attaching it to my cleaning agent. That way, I don't have to go searching whenever it's time to clean something. My cloth is already attached to my cleaning agent. Just like so. That saves time. Okay, third thing today, Goo Gone. I use this to take adhesive off. There's other products on the market, but I've tried some of them. And what happens is that sometimes they've taken the paint off or taken the stain off with them. This does not. When it says surface safe, it means it. All right, so here's something I got for the boys when I was in Canada. It's something they don't have. Their room is just a mishmash, a fun mishmash, though, of everything and anything and everything that they've collected or they think is fun. So I got them this little license plate from Canada. And I worked the best I could trying to clean it or get it off with my fingernails. And I got the first bit off, but this last part just wasn't coming up. Okay, look what's happening now. How easy this is coming up. That's all I needed to do. And I had to laugh when I bought this little thing. It's a product of, or it says Canada on it, but it was made in China. Isn't that cute? A little moose and a bear and a beaver. So there we are. I'll be giving that to them pretty soon. Okay, I see one more bit that I need to clean off here. Okay, perfect. And I'll go to the back. Now I let that sit a little bit before I attempted the second time around to get it off. Okay, it's coming off entirely. Sometimes you have to use a little elbow grease. When I was telling my son Gavin about using elbow grease, he'd never heard that expression before, and he wanted to know where he could buy some. Anyway, there we go. There's a nice license plate, a mini license plate. Okay, now this is what I'm going to show you that I think you're going to love today. I'm going to go show you my bed and show you the nicks and the scratches that have gotten on this bed. You would think we had a party of some sort with thousands of people and just running amok in here. But no, just wear and tear. I'm almost thinking that what happened whenever we had to move out of our bedroom for a while and the movers boxed it up and took it somewhere. And it came back like this. Okay, now, Jack, this is what you're going to have to really, really zero in on. Okay. Can you see that pretty clear? All right, Jack's shaking his head. All right, now, this is a Sharpie pen. It's not just used for putting a name on your kids' underwear before they go out to camp. I love Sharpies. I use them for a lot of things besides writing with. This is one of them. Now watch what happens. Okay, look at this. Where are these scratches and nicks going? You tell me. Look at this. How does she do it? All right. Going going. Okay, I'm going to use a bigger one. I can cover more surface this way. Okay, for all intents and purposes, this looks pretty good. And for, a 1 minute emergency repair, this will do it. Now, if you find that after it's dried, it's a little bit different color than your original painted surface, you may have to get paint. And I think I showed you this before. I would not go out and buy a pint of paint at the paint store. I would just get the tiny little paint craft size at, say, someplace like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And that's only if you find that your black Sharpie pen did not match, once it's dried, the color of your painted wood furniture. I would go to the store now, get paint about this size. What is this? 49 cents? Yeah. And I would use my makeup brushes, my eye makeup brushes, and my tiny little bottle of paint, and I would paint directly on the chip. That's only if your first time around with this Sharpie doesn't work. Okay, now I'm going to show you one other thing that I had that is terribly scratched. Next, it's this vase that holds this flower arrangement. Okay, let me find the worst part. It was broken. Okay, Jack, can you zero in really, really good on that? Got it? Okay, now watch. A Sharpie, again. Now, I really would like to have a brown one, but all I've got is black. So this will look better, though, than what it does right now. Okay, and sometimes, you have to kind of dot at it if it doesn't work. Just kind of applying it in a brush-like way. Okay, see this big line right here? Look what's happening to it. It's disappearing right before your eyes. And this right in here. Again, I'm kind of pressing with a little bit of pressure. Okay, that's done. Jack, how does that look?
Fine.
Oh, Kermit's back. Kermit, do you have any other tips that I might could tell people about today?
No, try not to scratch things.
Yes, that's a very good tip. Let's start right there. Try your best not to get nicks and chips and scratches in furniture, but if you do, you know now your best friend is a Sharpie or little tiny paintbrushes and little crafter's paint, either in matte or shiny. And another thing you might want to try too is if you have ceramics that are chipped, go and get nail polish and use that to cover up a chip in ceramics because it's shiny. It'll have a nice shine just like your regular ceramic would. Okay, that's all I've got for you today.